Hello and welcome again to Chris's Caribbean Delights. Now, today I'm going to put together a traditional Guyanese dish which is called metem or Metemgee. It all depends on what part of the country you come from. You call it Metemgee or Metage. But it's a dish that's made with ground provisions with like cassavas, yams, eddos, plantains. It's a very hearty dish, and it's all cooked in a solution of coconut milk. So it's fantastic. You can add whatever meats you want. Some people add a pigtail. They add maybe codfish, or you can add whatever is to your taste. So today I'm going to do a metage with some codfish and pigtails, and we're going to put some plantains in there. The plantains have to be like half ripe. Plantains and cassavas and sweet potato, and the yam. That's about it. We're just going to put those 4 veggies in there, and we're going to cook this thing nice and delicious and luscious with that coconut milk. Give it that flavor. So let's go to those ingredients and let's start our metemgee. I forgot to mention, I'm going to fry some red snapper just to top it off to go with that metemgee. So we have some red snapper all seasoned up here, and we're going to fry these steaks to go with our metemgee. Now I have some codfish here which I'm soaking to get that salt out of it. Here I have my my coconut milk, which I made from scratch. I bought some coconuts in the supermarket, put them in a blender with some water, and I blended it until it was really succulent and soft, and that I can get that milk out of it. And then I got this amount of milk, 4 cups of milk. Now here I have the cassava, the yam, and the sweet potato. I have them in water because I don't want them to oxidize and turn any all colors that they usually would do. So here I have some pigtails which I boiled out a couple of times. I boiled it maybe 3 or 4 times just to get the salt out of the bones. So when I put them in there, it wouldn't salt the pot too much. So I got some salt out. So we're going to drain that, and we're going to use that. In my pot here, this is the pot I'm going to use. I have some extra virgin coconut oil. You can use whatever coconut oil you have, but I just want to continue the coconut flavor. So I'm starting with the coconut oil. I'm going to fry my veggies and my aromatics up in some coconut oil. And once they're soft, we'll start adding the other vegetables. So over here, I have the half-ripe plantains. So the plantains have to be like half-ripe, not too green, like they're just turning. I have some scallion here. I have some thyme, which I'm going to put in here right now, into the pot. I have a habanero pepper, a little small one. I have some white onions and some red onions and lots of garlic. So we're going to start our aromatics right here. Let's get this pot heated up, and we're going to start the aromatics, and we're going to get moving from here. I'll be back. So now that the oil has heated up and the thyme has started to pop and release that flavor, I'm going to add the onions in. Get the onions in there. And give those a chance to become translucent and just release their flavor. All right, then we're going to get to the green onions and the garlic. You don't want to put your garlic in too early because you don't want it to burn, because garlic would burn pretty quickly. So, and I'm on medium heat, I'm on medium, so we'll just let this go for a minute or two until they become nice and translucent and start releasing the flavor. So here we are 2 minutes later. The onions are nice and fragrant. I'll just put the garlic in. I'll let that join the perfumery in here and release its perfume. And we put the green onions in. And these are all the aromatics we're going to put in there. The other stuff is going to go in when the main things are going in, like when I've already put the plantains are going to go in a little after the vegetables, the ground provisions like the cassava and the yams and stuff. Because those are going to take a little longer than the plantains. So we're just going to set this aside and let these do their thing. Oh, the fragrance. I wish you can smell the fragrance in here. It's wonderful. Especially also with the coconut oil. But hey, you know, everything gets better with butter. So I like to put a little piece of butter in there, like 2 tablespoons of butter in there. I let it all work in. To this I'm going to add some mushroom seasoning. I did introduce the mushroom seasoning to you in another video, but I'm going to tell you about it again. And some all-purpose, some Sazon Complete, the complete seasoning. Oh, I'm out of that, so I'm going to put together some seasonings for you guys, and try to get them on the market. That would be my project for this year, so that you can purchase. Because over the years, you find that after you're cooking, you find that you go back to certain seasonings. Certain seasonings are like your main seasonings, and once you combine those, you know what flavor you're going to get. So what I plan to do is combine those main seasonings that I use all the time and make it to one complete seasoning, and then I can market that, and you guys can have it, you know, and use it with your recipes. Anyway, now, so once we have this and the aromatics are on and the garlic is going and everything else, we're going to add our coconut milk. I have 4 cups of coconut milk in here that I got from the fresh coconuts. So we have this going, our coconut milk, the flavored aromatics. I'm going to bring this to a boil. We're going to bring this to a boil, and then we're going to start adding our root vegetables, which are the main source of this Metemgee. And if we need more liquid, we'll see when we put the vegetables in. If we need more liquid, in order for them to cook to a proper consistency, we'll just add some more water. Or if you have a can of coconut milk, the canned coconut milk, you can add the canned coconut milk to this. So right now it's pretty good. Let's cover this and bring it to a boil. I'll be back. Okay, now that we have this, our coconut milk has come to a nice roaring boil here, we're going to start adding our veggies, or root vegetables, I should say. The root vegetables. Just drain that water out of there. So we're gonna put this, the yams, the cassavas, and the yam, the cassava, and what else did I say I had in there? There's the yam, there's the cassava, and the plantain. Yeah, and the plantain. The plantains are gonna go in later. So let these are gonna start getting their boiling bath. And at this time, you see the pigtails here? I'm going to add the pigtails. This is going to add some flavor to the entire dish. And then later on, I'm going to add the codfish, because I want the pigtails to boil out, give that salt, whatever salt they have stored up in there. And once that gets into the pot, then we will know how much more salt we need to put in. So we'll cover this and bring this to a boil, and then reduce it to a nice habanero. I got a small one. I just pop that in there. Just let it steam with everything. So in the meantime, further over here, I'll get my fish started. The fish, which is a snapper, a red snapper, I'm going to get a mixture. I'm going to get a solution of flour, cornstarch, the basic thing, flour, cornstarch, and eggs, and then we'll just duck it in and we'll fry it. So this is what happened so far. I added the plantains because the root vegetables have gone a good way. So I added the plantains, and I added another cup. I added a can of coconut milk, the canned coconut milk, because I needed some more liquid. So now it's at this point, and we'll just cover it and let it continue to boil until everything is nice and soft. In the meantime, I'm just going to go get my fish done. So the codfish is in here, the pigtails are in here, the plantains, the cassava, and all the other root vegetables are in here, well seasoned and enough salt, and it's going. So let's let that go. Maybe about 20 in about 20 minutes it should be done. So we have everything going. Our provisions. I made some dumplings, some duff. These are called duffs because they have baking powder in them, and they swell. They swell up and make a wonderful treat. So these are duffs. So you got some duff in there, cassava, plantains. And I got my fish going here. Awesome. So we'll be back to take this meal to the tummy. Let's check. There you go. Our duffs are all cooked. They floated up to the top. Our plantains are cooked. Awesome. Awesome. And then our fish is going. We'll leave this open for a few minutes so that some of that liquid could evaporate, and then we will be right back. So, right here, guys, we're gonna do this taste test. Everything has come out. Everything is smooth, just smooth and silky, with the coconut juice. It's just awesome. Let's try a piece of the plantains. Wow. You must do that plantain, kind of half ripe and half sweet, to get that kick, to get that authentic flavor. Yeah, you have to do that. Oh yeah. Oh. And then you have your piece of fried fish up here, fried snapper. The fried snapper is gonna go in there. Ooh, the pigtails.